बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। श्री भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय। राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम नमश्चंदिकाय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितम् कपितजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। हे दीन बंधु दयाल शंकर। दीन बंधु दयाल शंकर। जानि जन अपनाइयो। हे दीन बंधु दयाल शंकर। जानि जन अपनाइयो। भव सागर पार उतार मोको। सागर पार उतार मो। निज समीप बसाइयो। हे दीन बंधु दयालु शंकर। जाने अजाने पाप मेरो है नाथ शानहीन साइयो। जाने अजाने पाप मेरो है नाथ शानहीन साइयो। छूट जाए जोर निहोर जाई जोर निहोज मांगू। जज समीप बसाइयो। हे दीन बंधु दयालु शंकर। हे दीन बंधु दयालु शंकर। जानी जन अपनाइयो। भव सागर पार उतार मोको। सागर पार उतार मोको। निज समीप बसाइयो। हे दीन बंधु दयालु शंकर। हे दीन बंधु बंधु दयालु शंकर हे दीन बंधु दयालु शंकर। बोले शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। ओम नमश्चंदिकाय नमो दिव्ये महादिव्ये शिवाय सततं नमः। नमः प्रकृति भद्राय नियतां प्रणतास्मता। रौद्राय नमो नित्याय गौर्ये धात्रे नमो नमः। नमः जगत्प्रतिष्ठाय दिव्ये कृत्ये नमो नमः। कल्याणे प्रणतां वृद्धे सिद्धे कुर्मो नमो नमः। नैऋत्ये भूभृतान् लक्ष्मी शर्वाण्येते नमो नमः। दुर्गाये दुर्गपाराये साराये सर्वकारिण्ये क्याथै तथैव कृष्णाय धूम्राय सततं नमः। अतिसौम्यातिरौद्राय नतातस्त्यै नमो नमः। नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठाय दिव्ये कृत्ये नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति षड्भिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चैतन्येत्या विधीयते। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शुद्धारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। हो या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु वृत्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु स्मृतिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तुष्टिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भ्रान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
इन्द्रियाणामधिष्ठात्री भूतानां चाकुलेषु या भूतेषु सततं तस्यै व्याप्तिदिव्ये नमो नमः चितिरूपेण या कृष्णमेतद्व्याप्ता स्थिता जगत् नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो ओ नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै ओ नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै
नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
ओ नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै ओ नमः बोले जगदम्बिका माता की जय We will have two bhajans, one by Bhumika and by Vrinda. This evening is a very beautiful evening for Ma Durga, and as we do every Friday, we chant shlokas, stotras, bhajans, kirtan in her name. We invite all of you, a few in the mandir this evening, and so many of you online, to continue to stay with us as we, of course, continue this journey of praising Ma Durga.
चले अयोरे मात मोरी आंगन में चले अयोरे मात मोरी आंगन में चले अयोरे माता चली अयोरे अम्बे चली अयोरे मात मोरी आंगन में चले अयोरे मात मोरी आंगन में सतविंदर के मन बस मैया, सतविंदर के मन बस मैया, रखियो मन मेरो चरणन में मन, चरणन में मन, चरणन में चलियो रे, चलियो रे मात मोरी आंगन में, चलियो रे, चलियो रे मात मोरी आंगन में, चलियो रे, माता चलियो रे, अम्बे चलियो रे, मात मोरी आंगन में, चलियो रे, चलियो रे मात मोरी आंगन में, चलियो रे, चलियो रे मात मोरी आंगन में, चलियो रे।
Brenda?
जगत जननी मातेश्वरी, सहस्र नमन करो तो, सुख संपत्ति वरदान दे, दास जान कर होई। जय मां सरस्वती वीणा वादनी, जय मां सरस्वती वीणा वादनी, हे मां विद्या दानी दयानी, हे मां विद्या दानी दयानी, जय मां सरस्वती वीणा वादनी, जय मां सरस्वती
बोले जगदम्बिका माता की जय। कालाभ्राभ्रां कटाक्षैररिकुलभयदा मौलिबद्धेन्दुरेका। कालाभ्राभ्रां कटाक्षैररिकुलभयदा मौलिबद्धेन्दुरेकाम् शंखं चक्रम Shankha Chakra. This beautiful prayer from the Devi Durga Path, it describes the mother as Kala. Kala Bhrabhram Katakshay Radikula Bhayadam Mauli Baddendureka. The Upanishads are describing the mother as the dark one, Kala Bhrabhram, a woman, right? It is, not nice today to call someone by the color of their skin. You know that. Today, if we say the color of a skin to people, or if we identify someone by the color of their skin, then that is a big offense. Human beings will take a big offense to that. But we call the Divine Mother the dark one, or the black one, Kala. Kala Bhrabhram Katakshay Radikula Bhayadam Maulibadhyamdurikam. The one who is dark and fierce. You see, that is the difference between man at an ordinary level and the divine at a supreme level. That is the difference. The divine is never identified, my friends, or being offended by what they're addressed by, the color they're given, the names they're called. You can call Ma Durga whatever name you want, you know that. Yeah? You can call her by any name that you want. Lalita Sahasranam, she has thousands of names. Shiva Sahasranam, thousands of names. You call him Digambar. Digambar means naked one. Om Digambaraye Namaha. Ashutosh Shashanka Shekhar Chandra Mauli Chidambara. Koti Koti Pranam Shambhu Koti Namana Digambara. We bow to Shivji as the naked one. Digambar means literally naked. The Lord wears a little piece of hide, but he is not upset. We call him Bhuteshwar. Do you think that Shivji Bhagwan gave himself these names, or Ma Durga gave herself these names? No. Right? We can call them whatever name we want, but they never get upset. And that is, my friends, the difference, the huge difference between man and between God. The human being will be upset because of something very little, something very small, something very insignificant, while the divine is concerned about the creation. The divine looks at the creation as in a bigger picture to say that, my bigger concern is not the small things of life, but more so the cause of creation, but more so what I've created. It is my responsibility to take care of that. That is why we call her Devi. That is why we call the divine Bhagawan, because they do not deal in the weeds. This is the beauty of Ma Durga, and that is why she's worshipped as the divine. Aigiri Nandini Nandini Medit Vishwa Vinodhini Nandanute Girivar Vindhya Shirodhini Vasini Vishnu Vilasini Jishnu Nute Bhagavati He Shiti Kanda Kutumbini Bhuriti Tumbini Bhur Krite Jaya Jaya He Mahishasur Mardini Ramyak Pardini Shaila Sute Ramyak Pardini Shaila Sute Arisur Var Varshani Durdar Darshan Durmukh Marshani Harshirate त्रिभुवन पोषिणी शंकर तोषि किलबित मोषिनी घोष रते धनुज निरोषिनी धृनिशित रोषिनी दुर्मत शोषिनी सिंधु सुते जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनी रम्यक पर्दिनी शैलसुते रम्यक पर्दिनी शैलसुते रम्यक पर्दिनी शैलसुते. What else is she called? She's called Mahishasur Mardini. Mahishasur Mardini means the one who's named after Mahishasur, a demon. You and I, of course, don't want to be named after a demon. We want to be named after God. Everyone wants to be named Durga Prasad, Shiv Prasad, Ram Prasad, Krishna Prasad, Mohan, Govinda, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Lakshmi. No one wants to be named Mahishasur. She's named Mahishasur Mardini as the slayer of Mahishasur, the demon, the buffalo demon, as you know. And she has no problems with that. Absolutely no problems with that. Ma Durga, my friends, is an extremely important Shakti in our life. In this time that we live in, the age of Kali Yuga, where we are going to be faced with life. Now, what is life? Life means birth and life means death. Life means sickness. Life means health. Life means sorrows. Life means happiness. Life means youth and vibrancy, and life means old age. Life means poor. Life means wealth. This is life. And we are created in this world to live life. Having her at our side is important in living life. You know why, my friends? Because most of us do not want to embrace life. We want to embrace part of our life. What is that part that we want to embrace? We want to embrace only that part that is pleasant. We want to only embrace that part that is pleasant. We only want to live that part of life that is pleasant, that is, the joyful and the stars and the moon and everything. But when the dark side of life comes, we do not want to experience that. But that is life. Life is made of day and night. Life is made of cold and hot, sun and moon. This is life. And if we only want to be happy, and if we only want to be joyful, and that is not about enjoying, that is not living life. That is living part of life. Life is about death. You must experience death one day. You will experience death one day. I will experience death one day. You will die one day. I will die one day. Right? Having her beside us, Mahishasur Mardini, the cause of death, the cause of time, we will understand that when challenges come, sorrows come, we will understand that when some trials and tribulations come, we will be able to cross, we'll be able to cross over this, pathway and become successful in life. Mata Durga prepares us for these moments. There are times when problems are going to come, challenges are going to come. How are we going to face it? How are we going to face our challenges when they come? When our challenges come, my friends, that is not the time to pray. You know that. That is not the time to pray. When you are sick, that is not the time to go exercise. When you are sick, that is not the time to, maybe it's a good time to start eating well, healthy, but that's not the time when you go change your diet. No. We were supposed to be doing that stuff to prevent the sickness from happening. When we are in problems, that is not the time to go pray. When we're in problems, that is a time when we are drawing down from all the prayers that we have done. To all of you who have done 24 hours of chanting of Mahamrityunjay mantra, that will prepare you for challenging times to come. That will prepare you. This is the purpose of God in our life. Not to be accessed only when there are challenging times, but to help prepare us for life. To help prepare us for life. The Devi is there to help prepare us for sad times and for happy times as well, my friends. Mahamrityunjay Havan very powerful. And I'm so proud that the community joined in so many ways to help to burn away the karmic calories of their life. This is what is called karmic calories, to burn it away, my friends. And then come next week, we'll burn 24 hours of karmic calories again. This is what prayer is and tapasya is. Prayer is about putting a flower on the lingam. Prayer is also about putting a flower on Ma Durga. But prayer is also, my friends, preparing yourself through this prayer, through this tapasya. Prayer means all the years of investment. Imagine you're investing money year after year, 20, 30 years. Don't you think that is building up somewhere? It is building up so that when you retire, or when there is a time to draw it, then you go and you draw it out. This is prayer. We've been praying all our life. We've been doing good work all our life. So that when the strength of our body retires, we have some investments to redraw. We have some prayers that we have done to redraw. That is why, my friends, as a faith leader, as a spiritual leader, as a priest, as a religious leader, I've always encouraged everyone. People will lose faith in God when little bit of things happen in their life. People will lose faith in the divine, in Ma Durga, when losses come in their life. People will question the years of prayers that they've been doing. When something very small happens in their life, they will question, oh, why is God looking down on me? Why is God doing? No. Arjun could have done that. Arjun could have said, Krishna, why are you standing in front of me? Why am I crying? But he didn't. Because, my friends, the Lord has, Bhagavati Mata Durga has confidence in our abilities. Bhagavati Mata has confidence in our abilities. God has given you 2 hands. God has given you legs. God has given you an intellect. Bhagavati Mata has given us an intellect for us to work, to do things, to develop ourselves. We are the most advanced creature on this earth. And that is why, my friends, God has given us this opportunity to live this life. Mata Durga was kind to the demons, and she was very brutal to them as well. Well, Ma Durga, my friends, remember, when it is time to cash in, I want you to think of life like this. Puja is like this, blessings are like this. When it is time to cash in all your retirement and everything, you know, when you go low in life, in times to cash in, there has to be something in the bank, right, for you to do that. Well, here as well, my friends, there was one Devi by the name of Mata Sita. Ma Sita, her entire life, she was a Devi. Ma Sita was a devotee of Bhagavati Durga. In those times, there was always a Devi temple. In India, my friends, every village, every single village you go to, there's a Ishtadev, there's a Gramdev. Gramdev means there's a deity of that village. Do you know how many millions of forms of God there are? Millions of forms of God there are. The farmers will create a form of the Devi. Out of their imagination, they'll create a form of the Devi, and they'll say, we worship you as the Devi of agriculture. We worship the Devi. If some of them are living among evil spirits, they worship Kali, and so whatever. You know how many millions of forms of the Devi there is? Because in those places, when a Devi was kept in a village, the Devi protected that village. I want to tell you, my friends, this Durga that we have here, and not that any Durga in a temple or in your home, if you don't know how to treat her well, she will leave. She will leave. And translate that to your home. If you don't know how to treat that Devi well, she's a woman. She's a woman. There are certain ways we have to please her. Certain pujas we have to do. Certain ways worship has to be done. Just like her in the temple here, you have her in your home. Whether it's Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Ma Durga, Ma Lalita, or Bhagwan Shivji, or you know, the male form. They have a way to be maintained. A murti is just not something you put on your altar and you leave it there to go pray on the morning and then forget about it and next. No. Murti has needs. And if you don't know how to take care of her, she leaves. She leaves that murti. right? So, Ma Sita was such a strong devotee of Ma Durga that in their yard, in the courtyard of Janak Dev, Janak Raj, the King Janak, in the courtyard of Mata Sita, she was a princess, they had a temple of Ma Bhavani. They had a temple of Ma Bhavani. And Ramayana describes her as Bhavani. Bhavani means Bhavani, one who understands the emotions of someone. Bhavani. She's also Bhairavi. Come this Navratri, hopefully we can do our Bhairavi Puja. I have some great plans for this Navratri, where we can do our Bhairavi Puja, Bhairavi Raksha, Bhairavi Kumkum. And in the temple, we have cut back on a lot of things. We do not tie Raksha on the hands and things like that for people, or we shouldn't be. And so this Navratri, I'm going to create something called a Bhairavi Raksha. These things are important in our lives. The last Navratri, for example, when we did the Bhairavi Puja, remember that? It was a beautiful, beautiful puja. You can go on my YouTube channel, you see Bhairavi Puja there. Beautiful puja. Powerful. We had 16 ladies lined up, dressed in red. All different things, offering to Ma Durga. You have to maintain her in a certain way. She is Shakti. You don't treat her like a child. She's a woman. You don't treat her like a girl. She's power. She's goddess. You have to treat her that way. So what do? In the last Bhairavi Puja, we did nice. All the things were preserved. The kumkum was distributed to people. These are energized things. And we had a beautiful Bhairavi Raksha around her. We tied with haldi. Oh, I have some still here. This is called a Bhairavi Raksha. This here is not given to anybody else. It's given to children who are sick. So if a child is sick, for example, this, as you can notice, this was tied around the goddess. Right around. It's beautiful. It's very powerful, this thread. And you can see the haldi here tied around her. And the children who come here, if they're not well or something, we give it to them and put them, in a little bag and give it to them for their protection. And so, as Bhairavi Raksha is a very important process for the children. So this year, we're going to do a little package and give to the devotees to armor yourself with a Devi. Because Ma Durga is a protective shield in our life. Ma Sita was so devoted that they put a Bhavani Mandir in her yard. So she can pray that Ma Bhavani can protect the courtyard. Ma Bhavani can protect the father's kingdom. Ma Bhavani can protect Sita. And so, my friends, when she invested her entire life in praying to Ma Bhavani, her entire life she invested and prayed to Ma Bhavani. So when you do that, you invest, and that is why you have to know when to beg and not. If we go to beg to God for everything, imagine if every day you put in $20 in the bank and every day you go draw $10, what will happen? What will happen? Common sense. You put in $20 in the bank and you go draw back $20. You go put in $20 in the bank, you draw back $20. There'll be nothing there. If you're investing so much of prayers and so much of energy and everything in your prayers and building up your karmic bank, if you go drought every day, Ma Durga, a rain of fire, please stop rain. Ma Durga, sun too hot, let the sun cool down. Ma Durga, me not feel good too, let me feel good. What will happen? Everything you run to the goddess for. God has given us this ability to work for ourselves and be self-sufficient. Ma Sita never did that. You know what she did? She saved her prayers for the real deal. One day she saw a handsome prince. Oh. One day she saw a very handsome prince. And this prince, his name was Ram. Nilam bhujasya malako malangam sita samarupito bhagam pano mahasayak charu chapam namami ramam raghuvanshanatham. He had long arms. He was dark in complexion, handsome. Oh, namami ramam raghuvanshanatham. You know, in North India they say Ram. In Telugu they say Rama. In Telugu they say Rama, Madhya Pradesh. And in South India they say Ramam or Raman. We say Ram. Namami Ramam Raghuvansanathan. She saw this handsome princess. And what did she do, my friends? She runs to Ma Durga. She runs. This is when you cash in, right? Jaya 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 Giriraj Kishori. Jaya 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 Giriraj Kishori. Jaya Mahesh Mukh Chand Chakori. Jaya Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Gajvadan Shadanan Mata. Jai Gajvadan Shadanan Mata. Jagat Janani Damini Dukh Gata. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Gaye Bhavani Bhavan Pahori. Gaye Bhavani Bhavan Pahori. Pandit Charan Boli Kar Chori. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Nahi tav adi ant avsana. Nahi tav adi ant avsana. Amit prabhav vedu nahi jana. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Bhav bhav vibhav parabhav karini. Bhav bhav vibhav parabhav karini. Vishwa vimohini swabhas biharini. Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Ma. 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 When you're praying and you're begging, you have to be deserving to receive something. Understand this. You have to be deserving to receive something. I always told you this, that even a beggar has to be deserving to receive something. You just don't go beg like that, my friends. Many of us are strangers to the divine. Many of us are strangers to Ma Durga. Many of us are strangers to creation. Now, I know many people who don't pray, but they're kind people. Many of us are stranger to kindness. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Sanstita. Mata Durga manifests herself, yes, as Durga, but she also manifests herself as Daya. Daya means compassion. Even if you don't pray to Ma Durga or put 9 types of ingredients in a dhar and throw it onto her, some of us believe that stuff will take us to Ma Durga. Even if you don't do that, or you don't offer 9 puri, 9 pasal, whatever, if you do Daya Rupena Sanstita, Mata Durga says, I manifest myself in the form of compassion. At least be compassionate to people. Compassionate to people. Show the world compassion. And if you don't pray but you're compassionate, you are worshipping Ma Durga. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu. No? Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Sanstita. You see Ma Durga in every mother. When you look at every mother, be respectful to them because Ma Durga exists in them. Hinduism has always taught us this too. be respectful to all our women. Everyone, but women especially, to be respectful to them. When you see a woman, my friends, when you see a woman, bow to them. Our girl children, I always appeal to them that you are the most respected form of creation on this earth. No offense, men. Our women, our girl children, they are the most respected form of creation on this earth. Please dress like the most respected form of creation. Please walk like the most respected form of creation, and please behave like that. There's a lot of pressure on our girl children and our women these days, right? A lot of it. But they are the most respected form of creation in this earth because they are Jagadamba. Our girls. Show respect to all of them because Ma Durga Matri Rupena Sanstita. She is present in all women and men too, right? So you have to be a deserving beggar when you go beg. You just don't go beg like that. You have to be deserving. Ma Sita went, Gai Bhavani Bhavan Bahori Bandi Charana Boli Karjori. And she went to Bhavani Bhavan. Just like you have Bhavani Shankar temple. This is called Bhavani Bhavan. A temple, my friends, Bhavani Bhavan or Bhavani Shankar temple is named after the Devi and the god Shiva. That's why, my friends, people should never ever speak ill of a temple. Our people, they like that. Oh, I believe in doing positive things out there. I don't believe in this temple because temple gets so much power. I don't know what and what. I always tell you, if you don't like someone or you can't say something good about somebody, don't say something bad about them. Right? You do that everywhere else. If you can't say something good about somebody, don't say something bad about them. Especially because that person is carrying Bhagavan in them. Devi Bhagavad says any devotee of Mahalakshmi, if I'm a devotee of Mahalakshmi, you speak ill against of me, you, Mahalakshmi, will turn against you. Because I'm a devotee. A devotee of the Devi, you speak ill of a devotee of the Devi will turn against you. Because that is not her goal in life, to be with anyone who speaks ill about the worshippers. A temple, Mata Sita, her temple is Bhavani Bhavan. The temple of Ma Bhavani, Bhavani Shankar, this whatever temple we have, never ever speak bad of a temple. You know why, my friends? Because a temple is the home of God. A temple is the home of God. It is very, very disappointing to see negative people today. And not our temple, but so many temples. People all over, the Wake House and Jandi House and Wedding House and viewing and ever, they will talk about trash about temples. Temples have served our community. Temples have done well for our community. The temple is named after the Lord. When you speak ill of a temple, my friends, you are speaking ill of a home of God. That is an offense. That is a karma that you don't want to carry in your life. You're my friends. Temples don't, we don't especially. Temples don't say everything they do. Right? Few weeks ago, somebody said, Panditji, why don't temple do this? Why don't temple do that? You know how much charity this temple does? A lot of temples, many temples in this community, including Bhavani Shankar Mandir. Do you know how many charity we do? You know how many families we feed when the month is up? But we can't broadcast these things. You know how many people we help financially? Not taking your RT money or whatever. I have friends, I go to them for help. You know how many families we feed and we give money to? Do you know how many funerals this temple has done in the community over the past 13 years for free? Do you know how many things I have done as the leader of this temple community without taking a penny of dakshina? But we can't broadcast those things because if you do it, they'll say temple is boasting. Right? We don't boast about our karma. But the temple helped. You know how many children that come here for classes and sometimes they don't even pay for it? What are we going to do? We pay out of our pockets. Right? This temple and many other temples, it is a home for our community. Do you know how many lives we have changed in temples? In this and many other temples. Right? But The easiest thing to do is to speak ill against a temple. The easiest thing to do is to speak ill against a temple. And these are people who has never lifted a piece of paper from the ground to throw it in the garbage. These are people who would never come and do an hour of volunteer. They have the world of things to say about a temple that is named after Bhavani Mata, or Ram Bhagwan, or Krishna Bhagwan, or Govind Bhagwan, whatever it is, right? We have to understand that when downfalls happen in life, my friends, don't go, and like Ramayana says, Siri dhuna dhuni pachitai kala hikare maishwali mitya dosha lagai. Don't go bang your head on the wall and say, what wrong I've done to deserve this. Ask yourself, who have I spoken against of? My policy in life is very simple. You don't like somebody, let them be. Let them be. You can't tell somebody something good, don't tell them something bad. Right? You don't like something that is happening with a place, a school, or let it be. Just focus on aligning your life so that your life becomes a flower and your life doesn't end up like a thorn. Right? Just focus on your life. If somebody is bilawing their life, or you know what bilawe mean? Everybody know, y'all know what bilawe mean? Bilawe mean throw away. If somebody bilawe or scandal their life out and they find happiness in that, what are you going to go do in their life? Let them bilawe it. You focus on your life. We try to help as much as we can in people's life. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be helpful and all that. But what it is, you know, we're all sensible, smart people. You know what is right and wrong. Do the right things. Ma Sita runs to Bhavani Mata. Ramayana says, Gaye Bhavani baho naho bandi charan boli karjori. And she bowed to the feet of Ma Bhavani. Tulsidas ji uses the word Bhavani. She bows, jodi karjori. She clasped her hands and she bowed. What did she say? She's going to cash in now her prayers. She's a tapaswi, Ma Sita. She's not morning prayer, Sunday morning. No. She's a tapaswi, Sita Devi. She is Lakshmi herself. Sita Ma is Lakshmi herself. She's no ordinary. Sita, she is so powerful that she can live on her powers. She's so rich that she can live on her father's richness. Why does she want to pray to God? Right? Why? No, you know when Sita Ma was little, Parshuram, Bhagwan Parshuram had come and give Raja Janak a bow. This is Shiv Dhanush, the bow of Shiva. And says, Raja Janak, whoever can string this bow or touch it or make it move even, they will be qualified, to marry your daughter. But how did he make that statement? He put the bow down in the altar room, and Ma Sita was creeping like a baby. And she saw the bow. And she, took her hand and a doom, big song, and the bow shifted. When Parshuram saw that, she says, that's not any baby. Ye bacha nahi hai, ye Bhagavati hai. This is not no child, and a child rather, this is Bhagavati. And that's when he says, whoever strings his bow, only he is qualified to marry Sita Mata. Sita was such a tapaswini. Why did she doesn't, she has wealth, she has power. Why is she going to pray to Bhavani? Because without God, my friends, even the most powerful cannot move. This universe, we don't know how it moves, but without Bhagwan, it cannot move. Ma Sita says, hey, Jaya 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 Giriraj Kishori Jaya Mahes Mukuchanda Chakori. What was her prayer? Glory to you, O daughter of the mountain. Glory to you, she says to Ma Bhavani, who gaze on the countenance of the great Shiva. Glory to you, O mother of the elephant head Ganesh and the 6-fist Kartikeya. Glory to you, O mother, whose limbs are lustrous and very powerful. He mai nahitava adi ant avasana. Nobody knows your beginning and your end, He Ma. Mata Sita is praying to Ma Bhavani. Amita prabhava ved nahi jana. Your infinite majesty, He Ma, is a mystery to the Vedas. Today people are quoting the Vedas. The Vedas do this and the Vedas say that. Let me tell you. Bhagwan is not limited to a book. Bhagwan is not limited to a place. Bhagwan is not limited to a name. Bhagwan is not limited to a color. Yeah. I was at a viewing a few weeks ago, and after my prayers, and so one gentleman came and said, Pandit, where in the Ved is that mantra written? I said, Bhai, I can show you where in the Ved it is written, but if you are limiting prayers to the Vedas, you have the wrong concept of God. If you are limited prayer in the Vedas, man, come and ask me, Panditji, where in the Vedas is that mantra? I said, you don't know who you're talking to, but that's a whole different thing. I can show you. But if you are limiting prayers to the Vedas, you don't understand who God is. You don't understand who God is. My friends, let me tell you, you know Dhruv Maharaj, 6-year-old boy? Where did he know about Vedas? He met Narad Muni. Narad Muni said, what's your prayer? He said, I don't know how to pray. I don't know about Vedas, Puranas, Agamas, Nigamas, Ramayana. He don't know anything about that. But he won the presence of Narayan. Bhagwan Narayan came down. Bhakta Prahalad, another little boy. Veda nahi jane, he know about Vedas. Bhagwan Narasimha came down. He created a form of Narasimha to come down to him. Don't let people discourage you about Vedas and Puranas and all this kind of thing, that you are not a Hindu because you don't know this. If you're kind and compassionate, dayarupena sanstita, my friends, that you're carrying God with you if you're compassionate. If you're compassionate, you're carrying God with you. My friends, this is our scriptures. Ramayana is saying here, my friends, Bhava bhava bhivai para bhavakarani vishwa vimohani swasabiharani. Mata Sita says, Nahi tava adi anta avasana amita prabhava ved nahi jana. Ved nahi jana, hey ma. The Vedas don't know how to pray to you. The Vedas don't have prayers great to pray enough to you how great you are. Don't limit the Divine Mother to a book. The Vedas are great. Vedas have a purpose. Puranas, Ramayana, everything had a purpose. But God is beyond all of this. Where there's a downtrodden people in life, in India, my friends, you go to the villages, the people don't know how to read and write. They don't know how to read and write. But you have to see the devotion they have for Prabhu and Ma. I've seen this, gone to a village in South India. The Mata is in the fields. These people don't know a single mantra, but you have to see the way they devote themselves to puja. Faith, my friends, has no language. Love has no language. Love has no religion. Love has no color. That is the power of our faith. Mata Sita, she prays. She prays and she prays. Pati devata sutimahu matu pratham tavarek. Mata Sita now drives this praise. Pati devata sutimahu matu pratham tavarek. Hey Mata, among all the women who adore their husbands, O Ma Parvati, He Ma Bhavani, you rank foremost among them. Your measureless majesty is more than 1,000 Saraswati and Sheshnag can describe. And so she praises and praises. But you know what Ma Sita never did? You know what she never did? She never opened her mouth and say, Ma Durga, Ma Bhavani, please let me marry Ram. Ramayana didn't say that here. She continued to pray. She continued to pray. Sevat tohi sulabh phalachari varadayani purari piyari devi puji padakal tumhari suranara muni sab hohi sukhari. If you're a bank and a customer comes in, what do you think they come for? What do you think they come for? This is what I did most of my life, right? If a person is applying for a credit card, what do you think they want? They want credit. You're applying for mortgage. If somebody calls a mortgage broker, what do you think they're calling them for? Right? If you walk into a bank, you only have one reason for going there, a couple of reasons. You either go borrow money or you go bank money. That's it. There's no need to ask a lot of questions. When you go to her, when we go to the divine, when we go to Ma Durga, my friends, there is no need at all for us to take our list with us. Ma Sita, not for 1 minute she says, Ma Bhavani, please let me marry Ram. Never. Never. Why? Because she knows that Ma Durga is Antaryami. Ma Durga, binay prem bas gayi Bhavani. Binay prem bas bhayi Bhavani. Khase mal murti muskani. Jai Ambe Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Ma. Jai Ambe Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Ma. सादर सिय प्रसादु सिर धरेऊं बोली गौरी हर्षिय भरेऊं जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ सुनो सिय सत्य आशीष हमारी पूज ही मन कामना तुम्हारी जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय जय अम्बे माँ. Not for one moment did she open her mouth and say, Ma Bhavani, bless me with Ram. I want to marry Ram. I want to marry this. I want. My friends, you know what separates us from things in life? You know what separates us? This word called want. If you say, I want microphone, you know what separates you from this microphone? The want. If you take out the want, there is a microphone in you. I want Durga. If you take out the want, you have Durga. Our wants are the things that separate us or causes us rather, or are the reason for us not having it. Want. When you go to Ma Durga, she knows what you want already. Tu hi mata, tu hi pita hai. Right? You tell Ram Bhagwan. Tu antaryami, sabka swami. Tu antaryami, sabka swami. Bhagwan knows past, present and future. He knows. The minute Mata Sita prays Durga Devi, Durga Ma understood the purpose of her prayers. My friends, I want us all to elevate our level of praying. Our level of praying should not be the begging type of praying. When you go to the divine with a beggar's bowl, you will come back with a beggar's share. You'll come back with the share of a beggar or with a portion of a beggar. But if you go as a child to the divine will send you back with the gifts that a mother will give a son or a mother will give a daughter. You think about it. You're in your home and you're with your daughter, your son there, you're always having fun, whatever. A beggar shows up at the door. You take out a little bit and you give the beggar. The beggar leaves with the beggar share. But when your son or your daughter leaves your home, they leave with the share of a daughter or of a son. These small little things mean a lot to us. Do not degenerate, do not degrade your prayers to the level of asking. This really destroys our relationship. This destroys our relationship. I tell you a little secret. If you want to have a long-lasting, full-fledged, respectable relationship with anyone, never ask them for something. They will sense your need and they will give you, if at all they have and whatever it is. Never ask them for something. Ma Durga, bow to her, she understands. Your tears come out, that is your dhar. Your heart is there, that is your prasad. Your karma is there, that is your fruits. Your hands are clasped, that is the leaves we offer to her. This is in essence how we can use this body to pray to the divine without asking for a single thing, my friends. The minute we ask, we become a beggar and we will leave. माँ के दरबार में कोई खाली हाथ ना जाए ना. Never ever, Never ever we go to her doors and we leave Kali Hat. We leave empty-handed. Even the few people who are here tonight, whether they ask or don't ask, they will never go home empty-handed. Never go home empty-handed. This is the reward of serving her. But that is it. The servants of the Devi, they are crazy. They are mad people. Servants of God, they are lost in devotion. They don't remember the identity. They don't remember the purpose of being there. They just know that they're there to serve something bigger than them. They know that we know that we are serving something bigger than our identity. We know that we are serving something bigger than our positions in life. And that is, we are serving the divine in the form of Ma Jagadamba. Ma Durga, when Mata Sita fell at her feet, Binay prem bas bhai bhavani khasi mal murti muskani. The murti smiled. The murti smiled. You think she's just a murti here? Oh no. At least this one here. I have stories with her, I tell you. Lots of stories I can tell you about her. The Queen of Brampton. She is not a murti. If you want to know she's a murti or not, you got to show up here like 3:40, 3:50 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you'll know she's not any murti. She's a sleeping Devi at that time. And if you go ring a bell in front of her, you will know if she's a murti or not. She's not a murti. She's a Devi. These murtis, my friends, our temple, if at all you come here, you'll see how the murtis are laid out. You'll see how the murtis are laid out here. They are laid out to do parikrama. When murti sthapana is done, it's a long process, but I'll go quickly. At the end of it all, we place a yantra at the bottom of the murti. There are many things that you place. 21 different things you have to place, like the main murti, 21 different things, including jewels and gems and a whole bunch of things onto the murtis. Why? Because as you are chanting the mantras, the mantra gets connected with the ingredient, the yantra, and that is what drives the power up in the murti. Powered up. When the murti is powered up, that's why I tell you, if you don't treat them right, they'll leave. When the murti is powered up, what happens? You walk around the murtis, parikrama or pradakshina. You walk around the murtis, and imagine something is there and it's giving off, reverberating with energies. In our Hindu tradition, that is called parikrama. Yani kani or pradakshina. Yani kani chapapani janmantar kritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshanam pare pare. I've always encouraged our Hindu brothers and sisters, when you do arti, instead of walking to the whole place and arti everybody and kiss them and get COVID, stand up one place, arti the Lord, and do pradakshana pare pare. Just go around like this. Just go around. When you go around, my friends, you are, whatever energies they're reverberating, you are receiving that energy. You are receiving that energy. Pradakshana pare pare. This here is not any ordinary Devi in the temple. Those of you who have come here, especially in the times when we charge her up nice, Navratri and so on, it's a different thing altogether. Very, very different thing altogether. But I've had my little stories with her. You know, you treat her like a goddess. She treats you like a son. She treats you like a son. Ma Durga, the murti smiled. The murti smiled with Ma Sita. Murti muskani. Sadar siya prasad sir dharhi boli giri harash hiriya layru. And what happened, my friends? A garland that was on the murti of Ma Durga, the garland fell off and the garland went on Ma Sita. Na? Binay prema base bayo bhavani. I get in so much trouble sometimes, you know why? Because I've straightened out a lot of these superstition. You know, when a flower falls from a murti, there are some people who think it's a bad omen. Let me tell you something. Ramayana says that when that happens, it's a blessing. When that happens, it's a blessing. The mala fell from the neck of Ma Durga and it fell onto Ma Sita. And what happened, my friends? The murti spoke. Boli Gauri Harashi Hir Bhayo. Boli Gauri, the murti spoke. The murti spoke to Ma Sita. सुनो सिय सत्य आशीष हमारी, सुनो सिय सत्य आशीष हमारी, पूज ही मनु कामना तुम्हारी. The murtis spoke. My friends, these murtis, they are alive. They speak to you. They want to speak with you. But in order to speak with you, you have to speak their language. That language is not Sanskrit. That language is not Hindi. That language is not bhajan. That language is not kirtan. That language is love. For them to speak to you, you have to speak their language. That language is not Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindi, bhajan, kirtan, shlokas, Vedas. That's not their language. Their language is love. Their language is love. There's an energy system behind the mantras, the Sanskrit and the chanting. There's a different purpose for that stuff. To charge you up, reverberate you, make you going. But if they want to speak to you, you have to speak their language, and that is the language of love. Next week, Saturday, my friends, starting 12 a.m. Saturday morning, we are going to speak Hanumanji's language for 24 hours. Bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave, Mahavir jab naam sunave. On October 3rd, Saturday, October 3rd, starting 12 a.m. Let me reiterate, 12 a.m. means 12 morning. You understand? 12 a.m. When many people would be going to sleep, we'll be coming to the temple. So think about it. Friday night gone, 11:50 something, 12 o'clock, midnight. Saturday, 12 a.m. we start singing Hanumanji Chalisa. 24 hours. From 12 a.m. whole morning. Whole day Saturday. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sakar. Non-stop. Until 12 midnight. No, Saturday night, 12 midnight. 24 hours. Why did we choose this timing? Because Saturday is a very beautiful day for Hanumanji. And we want to make sure 12 a.m. to 12 midnight, the whole Saturday, 24 hours, is dedicated to him and him alone. You want to talk about an energy system? You have to be here. And we've invited all of you, my friends. There is no fee for this thing. There is no sponsorship fee. There's no 108, 208, 54. No. If you feel like you can donate $10 to the mandir, you donate $10. If you feel you can donate $20 to the mandir, or $100 or $200, whatever it is, and if you feel that mandir get enough and you need to save, then you do that too. Hanumanji will bless you. But I'm not setting a fee for this, because there is no price we can pay to go in front of these live murtis of Hanumanji. How it is done, I told you. All you have to do is send me a text. My phone number, I think you know by now, 416-454-4986. Send me a text with saying Hanumanji 24. And just tell me what hour you need to come. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, what does it matter? Each family will come. As a family, you'll sit in front of Ganesha, offer your prasad. You'll do sankalp to Hanumanji. You'll offer your prasad to Hanumanji. We'll sing 1 hour chalisa. And at the end, you do your arti with your family, not everybody. And then you offer your red rose. The mandir provides that. It's a family thing. We give you a little kumkum of Hanumanji, and you leave. It will be done in a safe environment. Not the whole temple will be filled. We're only admitting, the people who are participating and maintaining our capacity here. If you want to talk to Hanumanji with love and talk his language, that is the time to do it. And if you were not here and you want to do it even, send me a text or a message and say, Panditji, I'm in wherever I cannot be there, but please call my name. I will do that for you. Free, no money, no price. This thing, or you look at it, all you coming here, bring a prasad and your flower, and that's it. Our devotees have always been generous to us. They make a donation to the temple, whatever. We don't put a price behind that. I've never done that. I've never called somebody. Now, when we have Naurat and so there's expenses to do all these things, there's a fee for that stuff. But for this, I want it all to be booked up. I'll talk about it at the end of the program. My friends, the Murti spoke to Mata Sita, and the Murti says, Sunisya Satya Asisa Hamari Puja Hi Man Kamna Tumhari. The Murti says, Ho Sita Ma, Hey Sita, Suno, Hamari Ashish Satya hai. My words are truth. My words are truthful. My Ashish Tumhari Abhilasha Puri Hogi. That whatever is in your mind, Sita, you didn't tell me what's in your mind. You didn't tell me with your mouth what you want. But whatever is in your mind, Sita, it will be fulfilled 100%. This is the word of Ma Durga. You didn't tell me what you want, but whatever is in your mind, 100%, Abhilasha Tumhari. It will be fulfilled 100%. Nick, she didn't even ask, but she got what she wanted. My friends, your desires will be fulfilled. And what happened, my friends? That saying so, Ma Durga says, Ram will be yours. Ram will be yours. My friends, this is the compassionate Ma Durga. This is how blessed we are to be her children. To be able to say that we are the children of Ma Durga. This is the powerful Ma Jagadamba that we worship. In October, my friends, when we start our Navratri services here, of course, we will decor the mother every night, change her clothes every night, bathe her every night. You have to see the powerful puja that we do here for Navratri. Our puja in the temple is pure Sanskrit mantras. Anyways, I can't tell you all this stuff, but we have to do whatever it takes to keep the Devi here. Come Navratri, October 17th, when we start Navratri, you will see the power we have here. We'll decide how we'll do Navratri. Obviously, it wouldn't be like the grand Navratri like we do, because we have limitations, but we'll figure that out one day at a time. For now, my friends, let us sing and give praise to Ma Durga. And we know that, of course, whatever is in your heart, and whatever is in your heart, she knows it. And she would always bless you, my friends, as long as you deserve those blessings. हर गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करूं प्रणाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे मां, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे मां। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करूं प्रणाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे मां, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे मां। अरे मुझे बजाते पीराहों से वरद हस्त जो तेरे मंदिर आते जाते भाव थके ना मेरे। जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ। मुझे बजाते पीराहों तुम वरद हस्त जो तेरे मंदिर आते जाते पाँव थके ना मेरे। तूने माता सदा बनाए मेरे बिगड़ी का। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। तेरे महिमा में क्या गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने। उसको विपदा कभी न घेरे जो कोई तुझको माने। हे माँ, हे माँ, हे माँ। तेरे महिमा में क्या गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने। उसको विपदा कभी न घेरे जो कोई तुझको माने। तेरे तो चरणों में देखे मैंने चारों धाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। अरे माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया। मोह जगत के दूर हुए भय कोई न मन में आया। जय माँ हो जय माँ। माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया। मोह जगत के दूर हुए भय कोई न मन में आया। तुमको गावो तुमको ध्यावो माता सुबह शाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करूं प्रणाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। जय माँ हो जय माँ, जय माँ जय माँ, जय माँ हो जय माँ। बोले जगदम्बिका माता की जय। Thank you all for joining us this evening, virtually from all over the world, and of course in the temple. A few of us are here today. We want to wish Bhaiji Derek happy belated birthday, and yesterday was his birthday, and he's here today to give thanks to Ma Jagadamba. Bhaiji Derek and Sister Camila are devotees, are prayerful people of our temple, and have always been there working for us and supporting us, and more so, positive encouragement. My friends, let me tell you, one of the things that fuel my life is I surround myself with positive people. If at all I notice a tinge of negativity in someone, I don't hate you because you're negative. I just don't associate myself because I want, to remain a simple person. And over the years, we've been blessed with very, very positive and encouraging people in our community. And this is one family that has always been encouraging to us. So we want to wish Bhaiji Derek a happy belated birthday. And I hope you spent your day nice. I hope Sister Camila cooked up some nice, good food for you and treated you well. And today you're here celebrating, your day. Happy belated birthday, and God bless you always. We also, finally, I talked about this, or Hanumanji, chanting of 24 hours of Hanumanji Chalisa. This, my friends, is a marathon. This is burning karmic calories. This here is going to be something that defines us. Chanting and saying prayers out there is one thing, but this here is going to be something. Bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave, mahabir jab naam sunave. Nothing will ever trouble you, my friends, when you have Hanumanji with you. To all the families who sponsored, who came and reserved their spots for Mahamrityunjaya Havan, I am asking you to do the same for Hanumanji Chalisa. Just send us a text, send me a text, you have my phone number. And say Hanumanji 2024, and just say whatever time you want and how many people are coming. We'll make sure it's reserved for you, or if not, we'll find a time for you. But I want it to be done nicely because I feel, why are we doing this? I'm going to sit there and sing, I'm going to lose my voice for sure, and not sleep for 24 hours. Why? Think, we could always be in our nice bed, and wrapping up and enjoying sleep and comfort. But we have to bring people together, and bring people together in different ways, virtually and here. And whatever we do in the temple, by the way, it is going to be done with strictness, restrictions, make sure everything is followed to the T. Just as the government wants us to do, space out everything, clean and nice. When you come with your family, you sit down with your family. Afterwards, you go home. That is how we'll do it. And there's no price or no pressure for anything, my friends. You'll spend 1 hour with your family in prayer to Hanumanji, chanting Hanumanji Chalisa. However many Chalisa we chant that night, for you, we chant that night for you. If there's space, you can sit and listen. How we're doing it, my friends, is that a family, when you book your name, for example, if you want to book 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., you come. When you come, you sanitize outside, we check your temperature, make sure you're cool enough. so you see, you have to pray to God, you have to be cool. Right? You can't be hot-headed, because that's where we measure it. We measure the head. So we get a nice temperature going here. What do you think? Let me show you. We get this nice temperature going now. So yeah, we get a thing here. So you see, before you come in, we check if you're hot-headed. Now, if you're hot-headed, you're not allowed inside. You have to be cool. And you have to be, to qualify, to pray to God, you have to be cool. So we take this, we point it to your head here. And when you beep, 33.4. So right now I'm 33.4, which means I'm permitted to come in. If you're not 33.4 with me, if you're 37.5 and above, you're too hot-headed. You got to go back. So we make sure everybody's safe. We have things to wash your hands. So you come in, you sanitize your hands. Panaji, you will go on the altar, you offer a prasad to Ganesh, Bhagwan. And then when you do that, we make a nice seat for the 4 families, spaced out. The temple is so big, we have space for everybody. You'll sit with your family. And what you'll do a sankalp. Hanumanji, I take the sankalp to sit for Chalisa for 1 hour with you. You do your sankalp. After you do a sankalp, my friends, you sit there, you offer prayers. Atulita baladhamam hema shaila vadeham. Then we start to sing a Hanumanji Chalisa with you. Everybody enjoy your family time there. After that, the Monday will provide a red rose, 1 rose per family. You go and you put your rose to Hanumanji. You offer your prasad, and the family will do arti to Hanumanji. You bow. And then, if there's room, you sit. If there's no room, you go home back. Just like the Havan. So, it will be done very nicely for 24 hours. Tulsidas ji guaranteed us, Jo shatabar paat kar koi, chuta hi bandi mahasukh hoi. Those who chant Hanumanji Chalisa for 100 times, guaranteed mahasukh hoi. You'll enjoy the highest form of happiness in this life. So, we only have 1 week to fill up this 24 hours. Please call me, please text me, WhatsApp me rather, with the details, and let's get it done, my friends, in the next week. So if you can't attend even, just send me a text that you want to. We'll put your name virtually like we did the last time, and people were all over the place, Florida, New York, and so doing Havan. So let's do it this time. Bhagwan's blessings to all of you. Now there's some maintenance work that's happening in the temple this coming week. Our new carpet finally is going to be installed. Tuesday morning, they're starting the installation. So there's a lot of work that's going to be in the temple here, but we're doing this because we'll be finished hopefully by Thursday night. So Friday we'll tidy up, and we'll use the 24-hour chanting of Hanumanji to consecrate the temple. Because if you're removing the carpet, you have to consecrate energies. And there's a science behind all these things, and it so happened that it just came like that, so we'll make use of it. Next week is going to be a very busy week here, and we thank you for all the positive encouragement in your prayers, and please stay connected with us. And let us know, my friends, as a community, how we can help you, because you have no idea how much we have helped people, and how much, I don't believe in talking about it. I don't go public. You know this. We don't go public and tell people how much good we did. Because karmanyeva dhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachina. This is the basic teaching of Gita. Karmanyeva, you sow the seed, you don't look back for the fruits. You don't even talk about it. So if our temple can do anything for you, Panithara is always your friend. Give me a ring, a phone call, send me a text, and tell me you need help, and we'll find ways to help you in so many ways. God bless all of you, and we'll see you again. Sunday morning service is on, and so we'll see you Sunday morning for our service at the temple. Bole Jagadambika Mata ki Jai. We'll do Arti. Om कदलीगर्भादिसम्भूतम् कर्पूरां च प्रदीपितम् आरातिक्यमहं कुर्वे पश्य मे वरदो भवम् यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि सर्वाणि नश्यन्तु प्रदक्षिणां पदे पदे।
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मांग सिंदूर विराजत तीको मृग मद को मैया तीको मृग मद को उस पद से दो नैना उस पद से दो नैना चंद्र बदनी को ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कनक समान कदेवल रत्नांबर राजे मैया रत्नांबर राजे रत्न पुष्प गणमाला रत्न पुष्प गणमाला कंठहार साजे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी हे हरि वाहन राजत खड्ग कपर धारी मैया खड्ग कपर धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हारी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती मैया नासाग्रे मोती कौतिक चंद्र दिवाकर कौतिक चंद्र दिवाकर राजत सब ज्योति ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी।
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते। ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं परमेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय। श्री नवग्रह देवता की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की। लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। श्री महागंगा मैया की जय। नौ दुर्गा मैया की जय। सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। लक्ष्मी नारायण सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। माँ सरस्वती माता की जय। महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। श्री महाजगदम्बिका माता की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो। काशी विश्वनाथ महाराज की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको जय जय सीताराम। Stay blessed everyone. Stay safe, stay happy, stay blissful and stay positive at all times. We'll see you again in the year, Sunday morning. Please don't forget to reserve your spot for the Hanumanji Chalisa in person or virtually. And let us have a grand celebration of Hanumanji Chalisa chanting. Bhagwan's blessings.